You're a big pimpin' in this?
Yeah, dude, I love this thing.
It looks like...
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2007 Chevy Tahoe. Now this car is owned by a good friend of mine named Sagar. Up front is a 5.3 liter V8 and down below is a 4-speed automatic gearbox. In terms of modifications, there really aren't any except for the fact that he has 5% on 5% tints. So they're super dark, but that doesn't come standard on Tahoes, so don't worry. The 5.3 liter V8 puts out a good amount of power, but this car isn't gonna be fast. If you're expecting a really fast SUV, this isn't it. I'm gonna put my foot down. But it does put out a good amount of power, which is good for towing, which is something you can do with a bigger Tahoe or Suburban-like car. Now the difference between this and a Suburban is the Suburban just has a longer wheelbase and has more luxury features standard. In terms of performance, I give it a 7 out of 10. It has an adequate amount of performance. It has the V8, it can tow. The transmission so far hasn't had any issues. It's not sluggish or anything, but it's not like really tight gear ratios or anything. So I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's enough. It's enough. That's just it. I mean, it's enough. This Tahoe is pretty stacked when it comes to features. It has the voice Bluetooth phone in it, audio jack, full entertainment system in the center, leather all around, 4-wheel drive. It comes with pretty much everything, which is really nice and makes it a really big and comfortable car. Let's talk about the interior, because that's really the reason why you would buy a Tahoe. It has 3 rows of seating, which is very nice, and I've learned through my European travels that that's not common around the rest of the world. People don't have 3 rows of seating in giant SUVs, really a lot of other places in the world, or at least where I traveled, which was Central Europe. So the interior, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 because these cars are comfy. They're big cars. My friend Sagar always refers to them as big pimpin', because it is. It's big and comfortable. I mean, look at how much room I have, and you can lay all the way back. You can seat up to 7 people pretty comfortably in this thing, and you still have that nice ride and nice aroma. You have the leather and everything. It's a nice place to be, and that's really the reason why you would buy a Tahoe. But I was thinking about it, and I thought, I've always known someone with a Tahoe. I remember my neighbors across the street had a giant Tahoe that we took to SeaWorld. Or was it the zoo? No, it was the aquarium. That's besides the point. I've always known someone with a Tahoe. My friend Jake Lichter had a Tahoe that I had to drive once because he had to drive my friend's Mercedes home because he was tripping on acid at a high school football game. That's a real story, and that was the first time I ever drove a Tahoe. How does it drive? Well, like I said, it has the 5.3 V8, so it has torque, it has power. That's not an issue. It must be the Cadillac that's still in GM's blood that allows this thing to float while it drives. It just glides. Like over bumps, it's just like, hey, okay, yeah, it's a bump, that's all right. Where take my first gen RX-7, when you hit a bump, it goes, "Vah! Vah!" You know? This is like, no, it's okay, it's a bump, it's fine. The Tahoe treats bumps like your grandma treats dinner. Yeah, have some more, that's fine. No, oh, you want some? Sure, yeah. When you first drive a Tahoe, you have to have the mindset that you are a larger vehicle, because you are. I grew up, my first car was a extended bed 98 Dodge Ram. That thing is long. With the push bar and hitch I put on the back, it was 19 feet long. So I've always kind of understood this fact that you are a large behemoth on the road. But not everyone gets that feeling at such a young age or grows up knowing that. You have to understand that this vehicle is way wider, way taller, and just a lot bigger than every other car on the road. Especially people I know who have lifted these things, put wider tires. They're just massive behemoths on the road. Now I know I'm probably gonna get a comment of like, oh, I drive an F350 dually with, you know, 18 exhaust tips out the top. It's crazy larger than a Tahoe. Yes, I get that. But to an average person, I imagine the average driver drives a Honda Civic. If you drive a Honda Civic, this is going to be severely larger than that. See, this is where a Tahoe's really at home, because when you have a Tahoe, odds are you're gonna drive it all over the place because it can fit the most amount of people, you're gonna be comfortable, and it's built pretty much to do a lot of things. You can get the four-wheel drive and whatnot. It's not gonna be an issue if you have to drive down a dirt road to grandma's house, who lives 15 hours away, and you wanna do it all in one go. This is the car for that. In a sense, this car really embodies the American dream. It's large, like I've said, and it's ready to do anything. It's ready to conquer that 15-hour road trip to Utah. It's ready for date night. It's ready for pretty much anything, and it's comfortable, and it'll get you there in comfort, which is, let's be honest, a large part of the American dream is just to be comfy. If I could boil down the American dream to one thing, it would probably be a leather recliner, and this is the automotive version of the leather recliner. So overall, I really like this car. I think it's great for the American dream, the American road trip. There are a few downsides to the Tahoe. First of all, gas mileage is not stellar. All right, the 5.3 liter puts out about 17 miles to the gallon city, which is not great by any means, especially in this day and age. The other thing is, like I said, you're larger. There are some parking garages that are a little scary to get into. You're gonna be longer, the back end's gonna stick out of spaces a little bit more. You just have to kind of deal with the largeness of the car. But other than that, they're reliable, they're comfortable, they have a good amount of power, and all around, they are just good drivers. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the 2007 Chevy Tahoe, leave it down in the comment section down below. Take care, guys.